Hey everyone, this is Byron. I'm here to testify for Jesus Christ. I ran into some verses the other day. I've read them before. I've read the Bible several times, and then I've focused in on certain areas. I listen to it a lot on my MP3 player. I play it through my phone. Actually, I play it all night. I sleep while it's playing. But anyway, every once in a while I run into something I've read before, and it just didn't dawn on me at the point in time when I read it before what exactly was being said. But I wanted to talk about something that I'm going to call the sequence of events for the United States and the rest of the world as it appears to me from Scripture. And I want to look at Revelation chapter 14, starting at verse 6. And I just want to read it and then talk a little about it. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach to them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God and give him glory, for the hour of judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of the water. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in their forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And right there, I'm just going to stop right there because I wanted to just talk about, there's three angels involved here in this sequence. The first angel was about preaching the everlasting gospel to the inhabitants of the earth. The second one came along and said Babylon is falling, and then the third came along and talked about the mark of the beast. And that's kind of how I want to look at this. Long time ago, I've got videos. I'm going to put them on the screen. Hopefully they'll be like over here, somewhere like that. The name of the video. But it's the times that the Lord showed me that we're Babylon. And if you just look at it from the sequencing right here, it looks like the everlasting gospel is preached to all the earth. Fear God, keep his commandments, etc. And then Babylon falls. And Babylon's the United States, according to what I've seen. And then the mark of the beast, the rest of the world, etc. Now, if you go into some of the Old Testament scripture, and I'm going to put the chapters that I think are pertinent, but definitely Jeremiah chapter 50 and chapter 51. I'll put the other ones on the screen. But it talks about Babylon falling, and we know that in Revelation there's a mystery Babylon. There was a Babylon. It's still you can see it probably from Google Earth today. But that was Babylon back then. And there's a mystery Babylon, and that's what I'm saying is the Lord showed me we are mystery Babylon. That being the case, you can see that the mystery Babylon falls in this sequencing as it's written here prior to the mark of the beast. And I just thought that was interesting. I wanted to bring it up, read through it several times, never thought about that sequencing. But I have said in videos that the United States judgment will be before the end, and it's definitely going to be that way. There's one other place that you can look and you can see in Revelation chapter 2, dealing with the church of Thyatira, of which I'm all in and about that. You can see that what happens with the church of Thyatira, all the other churches can look and see that it's God who's judged them, or Jesus who's judged them, and he's the one who searches the reins and hearts of men. It literally says all the other churches are going to see the judgment of that one church. And I'm going to be honest with you. The United States is eaten up with Freemasonry. The United States is eaten up with Freemasons in churches. United States has churches and whole denominations being run by Freemasonry. And if you want to see it, I did a video called Freemasonry, the Jezebel in the Church. And I ended up not finishing all that I wanted to cover. It was 2.5 hours long. I'm doing some more. Do some more of that. So anyway, that's just a sequence I wanted to share, just to mention that I noticed it, and it may be interesting for other people to notice it. So time is very short. Time is very short. There's so many people saying this and that. I just want to tell you, I have spent a tremendous amount of time looking into scriptures, hearing from the Lord, searching out, praying to God, give me understanding. I have never once seen a verse in the Bible. I've never seen anybody share a verse in the Bible that says there will be a rapture before Mystery Babylon is fallen. Never seen it. And I've never seen a scripture that says there will be a rapture before the Antichrist. But I have seen scriptures that says the Antichrist will be here before Christ returns. And I've seen scripture that says when Christ returns, he will gather together his people from the four winds of the earth. So we're getting very near to things happening. And those of you in the United States, you got to realize there's a lot that can be said about the very end of things. I'm afraid Babylon, United States, or Babylon, USA, is going to, it's going to happen. Things are going to turn bad for the United States before the end. So thought that was interesting. Maybe that'll give you something to look into yourself, or just something to remember, help you to understand that time is very short. You know, there's one hope in all this, and that's Jesus Christ. You know, so I'm going to let you go. Just cling to Jesus Christ. Thank you.